global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happiness Today YouTube channel. Apparently, from what we are gathering and feelings we're getting from Rivers State, it looks like the local government, the pro-Wike local government chairman, are not letting Fubara go. In fact, they are ready to slug it out with him to the very end. The question is who will budge and who will definitely let go. You're going to find out in a moment what Samuel Nwanosike is pulling out and telling Fubara whether he likes it or not. This is going to be his fate. Well, my colleague is in the house. Before we go to the newspaper, kindly subscribe to our channel. Now, according to the news, the chairman of the Ikwerre local government area in Rivers State, Samuel, warned that he was already in democracy and serving as a local government chairman even before Sibilai Fubara was elected governor. He said that for the past 2 months, the state administration of Rivers has refused to deliver cash intended for his Ikwerre local government. And according to him, Fubara also withheld money meant for another local government in Omaha for 3 months. Now, Nwanosike stated that Fubara's actions were motivated by his lack of amicability with both him and the chairman of Omaha. Now, according to Samuel, he said that the governor, that's Fubara, believes I don't attend his function or he doesn't like my face. And I said, sir, even before you became governor, I was already a local government chairman. And in democracy, even if we disagreed in whatever manner, it should not come to the job. The constitution cannot be breached because I didn't greet you in the morning. Wow.
Well, the issue is quite interesting. Nwanosike has been one person that has stood so strong against Fubara's government. Don't forget that he's an ardent supporter of Wike, and according to the information made available to the public, he has gotten enough of support from Wike, so he can't betray Wike at any time. Because still remember when this whole saga started, he came out with his own praise singing team, and they started singing all manner of songs against Wike, talking about that simple Fubara. Sorry, that Fubara needs to humble himself before Wike take him, give us Wike, takes this and all of that. But then a lot of people are kind of spooling a lot of things, digging the ground to bring out some very funny details about Samuel Nwanosike. One individual, Reno, came out and said, Dr. Samuel Nwanosike, DSSRSJP, have you forgotten when you tipped sand in front of Ikwerre Legislative Council, restraining Nwabusi Chikwe Tasie led assembly from sitting? If you were Governor Sim, we for don't die. You go explain, tire, no evidence. That was what that young man had to say about him. And, that had also triggered a lot of reactions from Nigerians. But then a lot of people who are interested in this whole story were expecting Nwabusi Chikwe Tasie to respond to it. But in a Facebook response that he gave, he met the Reno guy who spoke about what Nwanosike did against the Legislative Assembly in Ikwerre local government. He opened up and said, I will kindly request that you keep me and the noble house that I led or lead respectively away from these pettiness, subversive propaganda, and quest for cheap popularity. We have carried out our legislative business unhindered with far-reaching legislations that meet and addresses the direct yearnings and needs of the people. These legislations are the bedrock or chief cornerstone of the success stories recorded by this administration between 2018 to 2021, my first tenure, and 2021 till date, my second tenure. My character and person could be vouched for, even by your humble self. I am not someone that could be pushed around. In our first tenure alone, we sat more than 90 times with over 13 bylaws and more than 20 resolutions bordering on compliance directive. I am very proud of my tenure in office and can hold my head high in any gathering and compete favorably well with my peers. The guy also took opportunity to sing his praise, and someone picked him up responding, say, invariably what you are saying is that there was no time the entrance of the Ikwerre Legislative Chamber was ever blocked with sand by Honorable Samuel Nwanosike. Someone just had to clarify that. And Nwabusi Chikwe, who is the leader of the Legislative House, responded. He said, there is no ambiguity in my response. I use the word unhindered. The facts on my achievement within the period under review and placed at your disposal speak for itself. He now responded, he said, at Collins Odu, you are at liberty to address me in whatever manner you choose to, based on your very faulty marking scheme, even without our paths crossing or having the minute knowledge of my person. You can go on and on, but do I owe you an explanation? Certainly no. I just address my constituency. Because Collins Odu was telling him, Oga, when someone speak out of fear, you know. So Nwabusi had to come out there to, to speak up about the things that transpired. But I think what he was trying to paint out there was that despite all the hindrances I saw from my own people or from the lead person, it never stopped me from becoming who I am. It never stopped us from carrying out our responsibility as it fall due. And also, someone, Ikwerre Legislative Council, had to respond. They said the Ikwerre Legislative Council should be heavy for you to mention in your subsequent quest for indirect recognition and all of that. But then all of these points to one thing, that so much have been done by some of the people who kind of are fighting the sitting governor in Rivers State. But we have to understand that when we talk about leadership, especially in elective position, you are there to represent the people. And excuse me, when it's time for you to go, just pack your bags and walk away. But be sure to do the things that are right, so that at the end of the day, you can hold your head high up there, that you have done that which was given to you to do. And I think that's just what this whole thing is all about. Nwanosike, though he's infuriated about the way Sim Fubara has been treating him for some reasons best known to them, because obviously he has been talking too often and he has been kind of playing down on the governor. But I think at this point, he should allow the matter to die, because the people of Rivers State is more important than every other person. I think it's time for you to quit and allow, whoever he would choose to be there. Why
knew this one in commissioners.
All right, but for
Judge
me,
said,
I don't think there's not anything
uphold
senior brother or senior
and
brother
defend
in
the Constitution.
politics when it comes to the issue of governance. It
That
is
will wish you
what
well.
makes sense that if Fubara, for whatever
That
reason,
you're coming
governor,
back.
while before he claims
Stand
that democracy, he
for
came
justice.
into politics before Fubara, that
Stand.
he became a sitting chairman before governor, before Governor Fubara, and therefore this is democracy. That even if he doesn't greet Fubara in the morning, and I know that Fubara does not like his face, it doesn't mean that Fubara should not give him money for his constituency and all that. That's to say that you're undermining the office of the governor simply because you see him as not befitting, and you see him as someone who is not exposed enough to be a governor, because you have been there in politics before him. If there's anything that should have happened, should have been you that should have been on that seat, being the fact that you are the first of entered political scene before him. Just that he just fortunate that they picked him. That's not fair. Whether it's a little boy that's sitting on that seat or not, you respect that office. No matter who, you may see Fubara as that person who doesn't deserve it, but fortunately or fortunately, he's sitting on that seat. So accord him the respect that the office gives to him. This whole issue of he doesn't greet it because he doesn't like my face, and I don't greet him in the morning. Does not mean he should not give me my own money for my constituency. That is democracy. That's the more reason also why you should also greet him. Give him his respect, because his office also demands it from you. Well, for me, that's why I'm going to wrap it up.
All right, that's where we'll leave it. Let's read our comment section and talk more on this. Do you think that the battle is still on? And do you think Nwanosike have the right to continue castigating the government?
Global happenings today.